Right now, on this very special edition of the very best of Think Green, we have the first of two parts where we take a look back at some of the most important Think Green moments of our past. Welcome to Think Green. I'm Susan Stark. Let's take a stroll down memory lane together. And I mean quite literally. We're going to recycle a few poignant moments from all of our previous episodes. That is what brought us here to the Rain Garden at Brookside Gardens in Wheaton, Maryland. This is where we came for our very first Think Green. Why is a rain garden important for the environment?
Well, rain gardens help to collect water so that you're not getting storm water rain drainage going down into the streets and ultimately down into your creeks, the Potomac River and the Chesapeake Bay. So it helps, a rain garden will keep the water in the area on your, if it's a homeowner on your property, it will help to filter the water down naturally, and it's a cleaner way for the environment.
For more information, visit their website at brooksidegardens.org. With the summer temperatures continuing to rise, the threat of water restrictions may soon be upon us. Even farmers face that issue and have had to find new resources for attaining water to hydrate their crops.
Early on, we were strictly an overhead irrigation type system like you might see at a golf course where water's spraying out with big guns.
A lot of waste of water.
A lot of waste of water. A lot of it goes up in the summertime. You have a lot of evaporation going on, so it's not a very efficient way to go. We still do our strawberries that way because we need overhead irrigation for frost protection in the spring to help get us through those few cold nights that undoubtedly we have every spring, and this spring because of the warm weather we'll probably have more. So I'm kind of getting geared up for more irrigation nights this spring than maybe in others.
We've been recycling paper since the 1930s, but it wasn't until the 1980s that we had drop-off recycling centers, and then in the 1990s, curbside collection. So with it being easier than ever to recycle, we have no excuse why we all can't be more involved. Why is it important for citizens to be so involved in the recycling process?
Well, the county and the environment as a whole has understood the impact of disposal and its problems creating for the environment. And the idea behind residential recycling is to divert those recyclables from the landfills, less impact on the environment, and by doing that we are collecting a resource that is important to the economies of our country.
Here's what you should be putting in your blue bins for a greener environment. Have you ever wondered what happens to the materials you put in the blue bin every week?
Well, the trucks pick them up and they bring them here to the Montgomery County Recycling Center, which is located on Frederick Road near Shady Grove, and we process the bottles and cans. We actually separate that material into distinct commodities and we bale it all except for glass, and we sell all our products to vendors who make new products out of the materials we sell them.
There's still lots of things you can drop off at the Shady Grove Processing Facility and Transfer Station. I was able to e-cycle my old VCR, a fax machine, and a printer. Coming up, we remind you why you should pay attention to what you put down your drain. So don't go away, we'll be right back. Are you someone who reads a lot of labels when you're grocery shopping? We revisit our shopping experience at Mom's Organic Market in Rockville, a chain of 6 stores in the Washington area carrying only certified organic produce, which means grown without any chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, or fertilizers, and where they definitely make you feel more at ease about what you buy. Well, one thing I do when I go to the grocery store is I read a lot of labels. Is that something that I guess you have to do in this store as well?
Well, we have professional label readers here, absolutely, and that means our customers, because everyone is very interested in what they are eating. However, they don't really need to read the labels in many ways. It's always important to be aware of what's in your food regardless. But we don't have any high fructose corn syrup in our stores, we don't have any hydrogenated oils, there's no artificial flavors or colors or sweeteners. So we really hold ourselves to a very high standard so that other people don't have to read the labels, and as a rule, customers find that out as they come in.
We rely on a safe, clean water system. The Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission encourages consumers not to add pollutants when the water leaves their pipes.
Customers should be conscious about what they put down the drain because ultimately it affects the environment. It affects their wastewater pipes leaving their homes as well as our collection systems. With any wastewater utility, pipes are old We're reached our 90th anniversary, so that in regards should give you an understanding of how old the pipes are. So because customers are more environmentally conscious and because the condition of the infrastructure, it is more prevalent now. And I think customers are more receptive to it now than they would have been 20 years ago, because ultimately it does affect their homes, and customers are responsible to hire a contractor to clear the blockage, and it does extensive damage.
Do you think you're living an environmentally responsible lifestyle? Let's head on over to a trade show that is focusing on just that. Go Green America Expo is a trade show that focuses on helping consumers green their lifestyle one step at a time. It's not about fundamentally changing your lifestyle. You can't really green your life overnight. It's really about every day doing as much as you can.
Purple Mountain Organics is a new creation. We sell organic grower and garden supplies. So we sell products from home gardens to backyard gardens, community gardens, anybody, market farming. So anyone looking to grow food, we're willing to help grow food.
Our mission is to promote green education both to the business community and the general community at large. So whether you're a company in the area, a homeowner, live in an apartment, or even if you're a student, we think that the education that you'll get at the Green Building Institute will help you think more clearly about what it means to be green and how to go green.
Trees for the Future began as an idea about 37 years ago, and now it's a charitable organization here in Silver Spring, Maryland. And over the last 20 years, we've planted more than 75 million trees around the world. It's growing very quickly. We now have about 12,000 members, and a lot of businesses are starting to join in as well. And we're to the point where we're now planting more than 1 million trees every month.
Trees for the Future continue their tree planting mission in 26 countries around the world. Last year alone, this organization helped put more than 17 million trees in the ground. Coming up, let the sun shine in by getting solar power for your home. It may be more affordable than you expected. Find out what we mean after the break. There is definitely a high upfront cost when it comes to buying solar panels for your home. But don't forget, Standard Solar knows a few ways that can help you bring that cost down.
This is a very much an incentive-driven marketplace right now, and we in Maryland now have among the best array of incentives literally in the country. The 30% investment tax credit at the federal level, up to $10,000 of a Maryland Solar State grant. There's up to $5,000 that Montgomery County gives in a property tax credit, and then you can earn what's called solar renewable energy credits based on the size of your system, which can, for a system of this size, can probably earn back the investment within 6 to 8 years, depending on a lot of details.
Just think of all the money you can save if your entire home was powered and heated by the sun. Standard Solar is definitely leading the way to our energy independence. Way to go! We all love our pets, so why not consider a healthier, more natural way to feed them?
There are a lot of benefits to feeding your dog an organic and natural diet. It usually takes about a month to see real results. The animal will not, they won't smell as bad. That's one of the first things people notice. Their skin and coat becomes more shiny and lustrous. There's less dander on the animal. Another thing that people notice right away is that the animal becomes very happy and lively. They don't lay around all day and kind of sulk and have no energy.
Nobody can deny that our pets, just like us, need a natural and nutritious diet for good health. Isn't that right, Sport? Are you part of the Green Generation? Let's go to the National Mall where the Earth Day Network's Green Generation campaign encourages all of us to live a more sustainable lifestyle.
Earth Day started in 1970. We're celebrating our 40th anniversary, and today we're actually kicking off our 40th anniversary Green Generation campaign.
What is the Green Generation campaign?
The Green Generation is not an age group, but it's just a moment in time where we all recognize that everybody has to come together to solve our environmental problems, and that everyone, businesses, religious communities, individuals, teachers, everyone can play a role and has to play a role in order to change our problems like climate.
We're all making progress, it seems. I know you always run into these times you sort of feel like, oh, is this you know, kind of just a moment where everybody's thinking about this stuff, but it doesn't seem like that.
I'm from Germany, and I've been aware of saving the environment ever since I was born. You know, I think that when you live in a free market economy, that a lot of people take that for granted. You know, and it's all about profits. It's all about capitalism, and we have to realize that while we are benefiting from those things, we're paying a high price.
The Earth Day theme for 2012's Green Apple Festival event will be the Road to Rio, a tie-in to the International Earth Summit, scheduled to take place in Rio de Janeiro next June. You would think you couldn't get any greener than this. Well, you'd be wrong. The greens at this golf course are also environmentally responsible. Please tell us a little bit about what's going on here, John.
Okay. This is a tee box that we've turned into a research plot by establishing 3 different types of grasses here. We have zoysia grass in the back, we have ryegrass here in the middle, and Bermuda grass up front. And what we're seeing is how these plots stand up to traffic, what kind of inputs are required as far as fertilizer and water.
We had a lot of fun at the Needwood Golf Course, and in case you forgot, they also have fun facts on the front 9 about the environmental impact of golf courses, so you can think green and score a hole-in-one at the same time. Coming up, did you ever think your cup of coffee was bad for you and the environment? Then you might want to consider certified organic coffee beans. We'll tell you why next. Many of us start the day with a few cups of coffee, or if you're like my very energetic husband, a few pots of coffee. But have you ever thought about where that coffee comes from as you take that first sip?
Organic coffee is delicious because it doesn't have the chemicals in it that the conventional coffee do. So one thing that we like to make sure that people remember is that coffee is not grown in the United States. It's grown in third world countries. So there's not really a USDA or regulatory arm that looks at how many pesticides are applied to the coffee crops as they're growing. So it's very important to have a certified organic coffee crop where you actually are not getting the chemicals, but you can literally taste the coffee. Coffee is delicious. And it doesn't really require tons of cream and tons of sugar and whipped cream and all the things that people put on it. If it's organic and it's pure and it's shade grown, it's really fascinatingly delicious.
Well, that's our show. I know we covered a lot of topics since that very first show way back when that started here at Brookside Gardens. And there's still a lot more to come as we continue to go through all of our recycle bins for more of the very best of Think Green. I'm Susan Stark, hopefully providing you with useful information that can help you think green.